today starts day 2 of our aquaponics system.
Hoy empezamos con día 2 del Aquaponics.
We are going to set up our fish tank and the rest of our supplies in our sanctioned aquaponic area.
Vamos a empezar a acomodar el tanque de agua con sus materiales en el lugar.
So Nelson, let's get started by moving this fish tank to the area we have set aside for it.
Nelson, tenemos que mover nuestro tanque de agua en el lugar que necesitamos guardarlo.
Well, Mendoza, this tank is dirty.
Mendoza, el tanque está sucio.
I see what you mean, Nelson. Let's get some cleaning supplies and wipe this tank down.
Miro lo que dices, Nelson. Necesitamos de limpiar el tanque de agua con papel.
Alright, Nelson. Let's wipe this down and make sure it's a nice home for the fish to come to.
Vamos a limpiarlo para que sea un hogar limpio para los pescados.
Now our fish tank's nice and clean. We're going to go ahead and move it over to our aquaponic area.
Ahora nuestro tanque de pescados está limpio y lo vamos a mover al área.
Down right here. Nice and straight. Now, Wilson, for an aquaponic system, you want to make sure you have enough room to walk around it and be able to set up your materials.
Para el área que necesitas de poner tu aquaponics, necesitas de ser una área grande para que puedas caminar alrededor.
So now Nelson is going to show you guys how to set up your grow bed.
Y ahora Nelson les va a ayudar cómo acomodar su grow bed.
So what we have here is a container, and this container is going to go on top of the tank. And this is where we're going to put in the gravel. And what we're going to do is we're going to puncture some holes into it because we need the tank for the water for the plants to clean the water, and the water will fall through these holes into the tank, and it's just going to be a cycle where the plants clean the water and the fish tank water goes back to the plants.
Ok, ahorita vamos a empezar a ponerles hoyos a nuestro contenedor y la razón es porque la agua que les vamos a dar a las plantas cuando nos metemos el contenedor se va a salir y va a caer en el tanque de pescado y comienza un ciclo. La agua se va a regresar otra vez al contenedor y se va a salir por la razón que tienen los hoyos y comienza el ciclo.
So this is our container, and we just finished puncturing the holes. And now the next step is just to put in the gravel.
Eso es nuestro contenedor y como pueden ver acabamos de ponerle los hoyos adentro y ahora comenzamos a ponerle la grava adentro.
Alright, Nelson, we've got the gravel. Now we're going to fill it up about halfway because we still need to add the plants.
Ahora tenemos aquí las piedras de gravel que las vamos a llenar en la tina.
We got it all.
Echamos toda la bolsa.
So now what we're doing is we're cleaning the gravel because we don't want dirt inside the fish tank because that can mix up the water for the fish.
And as you can see at the bottom here, our holes will be working to dip out some of the water. Nelson, if you can lean it a little bit more this way so that they can all see the water kind of dripping out from the bottom.
Como pueden mirar, hicimos muchos hoyos abajo y ahorita está sacando el agua de esos hoyos que hicimos.
It looks like our rocks are just about clean. Let's empty out the rest of the water. So now we need to add this to the top of our fish tank. Nelson if you would grab one side.
Ahora lo van a poner encima de del tanque de agua.
And we're going to tilt the tank just slightly. So we have one side with more holes than the other.
La van a poner la tina de lado porque de un lado tiene más hoyos que el otro.
And we want the water that comes from the fish tank in here to kind of flow back into the fish tank.
Y queremos que el agua que salga de los pescados se salga otra vez de la tina.
So we've just finished washing our gravel, resetting our grow bed on top of our fish tank, and now we're watching the excess water drip from the grow bed.
Acabamos de lavar nuestras piedras de grava y pusimos la tina otra vez de lado y estamos nomás mirando que el agua se salga de abajo.
So it's very important to wash the gravel. You don't want to have any excess dirt or mud from the rocks themselves messing with your plants.
Es muy importante de lavar las piedras de grava porque no queremos que la tierra de las gravas pueda infectar las plantas o los pescados.
Hi, and welcome to day 3 of how to set up your own aquaponics system. Today we picked up our fish, our fish tank gravel, and we set up our fish tank. So what you make sure whenever you get new fish to keep them in the plastic bag for about 15 to 20 minutes so that they get used to the water and that the water inside their fish, inside the little plastic bag, it's the same temperature as the water that you're going to be releasing them to. So right now our fish have been in here for about 20 minutes or so. So we're going to go ahead and release them into our fish tank. So it looks like our fish are getting nice and they're getting used to their new home. So right now Nelson is going to take over and he's going to start feeding the fish. That's good. So you don't want to give them too much, you know, just enough so that they all have a bite to eat. Goldfish, you know, don't necessarily tend to eat a lot, but this will be good enough for them to get their own food. Now we're going to take it over to Nelson. He is going to check the pH levels of the water.
So we already tested the chlorine and there's no chlorine in the water, which is really important. So now we're putting the indicator to see what the pH of the water is.
Very good. 5 drops. So our acidity is about at a 7.8 right now. We need to drop it down. So we're going to add a few drops of this. It's we're adding a base to it, and just 2 should be just about right. Nelson, go ahead and shake that. And our water level changed to about the color of the 7.6. And that's where we want it at. We're going to add a few of these drops into our fish tank itself just to help keep it stable. Fish.